the fallout between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy, William Samoei Ruto, is going to be noisy. And that fallout is going to be messy. And that fallout is going to have casualties. And just like I keep on saying on this platform, that in 2020, key political players in this country are going to be forced to make very difficult political choices. And William Samoei Ruto is going to be forced to choose to either stay in Jubilee and toe the line, or move out of Jubilee and form his political party. Because President Uhuru Kenyatta is keen on kicking out the deputy president from Jubilee party and from the government. And let me just make a prediction on this platform, that the Jubilee party elections scheduled for March this year will not take place. And if you are planning, or you know anybody who is planning to contest for those elections, tell them that I've said that those elections will not happen. Because there's no way the president and his deputy can be in a situation where they don't see eye to eye, and then you still subject them to an election. That would mean that either the deputy president is going to control or to take the control of the party, or President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to take full control of the party without the allies of the deputy president. That one cannot happen. And the president this year alone has shown clearly that he's out to destroy his deputy. If you want to be honest. Because let's just look at the 5 things which the president has done to the DP this year in less than a week. Number 1, the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto, was locked out from accessing his official residence in Mombasa. That was a huge thing. Number 2, President Uhuru Kenyatta kicked out the allies of the deputy president from the cabinet. And those who remained like Chelugoi were moved from those lucrative ministries to what we can call small ones. So Chelugoi will be no longer in charge of the dams, because there were a lot of money allocated for dams in this country. Number 3, the allies of the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto, were kicked out of a presidential function in Nakuru. That's also huge. Number 4, there are reports that the deputy president trip to South Sudan, was it to Sudan, had to be delayed because he could not get clearance to fly. And that's going to be the basis of this video today. And number 5, President Uhuru Kenyatta today met with close to 25 governors while in Mombasa. In an ordinary circumstance, there is no way the president would have made cabinet reshuffle and announcing them without the DP standing behind. There's no way the president could have met with those huge number of governors without the president in the vicinity. And there is no way, there is absolutely no way the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya can fail to get clearance to fly outside the country unless it's on other grounds like security. And for those who've been following the politics of this country, the deputy president has gone into hiding. That's the fact. And probably one of my next video, I'm going to look at why the deputy president is still hiding from the time he was kicked out of his official residence from Mombasa. We are likely to look at that. But today I want to focus on the trip to Sudan. Because in that trip to Sudan, I strongly believe the deputy president went to Sudan to avoid being embarrassed by President Uhuru Kenyatta. And his communications team have denied, let me make that clear, that the deputy president did not travel to Sudan. But they are, according to sources, because they are intelligence, they want to leak these things. And there have been people who travel to Sudan, and there are people who are in Sudan. They've explained clearly that the deputy president traveled to Sudan using a private jet on Tuesday, just before the president made those announcements. And as a matter of fact, he was supposed to travel or to fly out on Monday. That one after he was kicked from Mombasa. And I want to believe that he wanted to travel because he had tried reaching out to President Uhuru Kenyatta in Mombasa. The president refused to receive his calls, and he got intelligence that the president is likely to make changes to the cabinet. So he had to get out of the country so that when those announcements are made, then you can say that the deputy president was outside the country. But he has denied. But shockingly, one man called Kalonzo Musyoka, who is the special envoy for South Sudan, was in Sudan. And according to Kalonzo Musyoka, he bumped on the deputy president at the Khartoum airport. That's according to Kalonzo Musyoka. It's normally not very easy for things just to happen like that in politics. There is no way Kalonzo Musyoka and William Ruto bumping onto themselves in Sudan. There is no way. There is no way. The only reason can be two. That number one, either the deputy president has realized that the only person who can talk to President Uhuru Kenyatta on his behalf is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Or considering the fact that Musyoka is a diplomat. So he went to Sudan, he realized the Kalonzo Musyoka was in Sudan, and then he hurriedly organized a trip to Sudan. The other alternative, number two, is that the deputy president, William Ruto, probably wants to form an alliance with Kalonzo Musyoka. And if he forms an alliance with Kalonzo Musyoka, let's say they met and they agreed, then that can be news in this country and can take away the embarrassment he has been enduring from his boss. And I want to read for you a Facebook page post which one man called Robert Alai posted. Robert Alai is not your ordinary Kenyan. Whenever he talks a lot of things, they're a bit credible. 90% of Robert Alai's staffs are normally credible. So Alai is saying, this was yesterday, Robert Alai is saying, Deputy President William Ruto's travel allowance completely killed. He has to go beg to be allocated money for any foreign travel. So he's putting an hashtag Jubilee Power Tussle. Apparently, DP has been very emotional while explaining what is going through to close associates. One intimated to me he has shed tears at least twice when trying to narrate what he is going through. Interesting times in Kenya. That's Robert Alai. Robert Alai is one of the people working very closely with the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. Probably I want to believe that whatever he posted here was shared to him or with him by close associates of the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. And they told him what's exactly happening. But why would the Deputy President hide in Sudan? Because that's what he's doing. He sneaked out of the country, went to Sudan, and 1 or 2 days later, he came back again without any fanfare. And for the time he went there up to today, nobody has seen the Deputy President in public. So I think the Deputy President was in Sudan for 3 reasons. Number 1, which I suspect is the key reason, is that the Deputy President was trying to hide from embarrassment. Remember, President Uhuru Kenyatta is the President of the Republic of Kenya. William Samoei Ruto is the principal assistant to the president. In the first term of Jubilee regime, William Samoei Ruto enjoyed power in this country. You will tell that the DP was a very powerful individual. But after the last election, all those powers have now gone. The DP doesn't have any defined role. And the government is not sending him to represent president. That means the only thing the DP can do is to bank on CDF projects. And now he had his allies in the cabinet because it was 50-50. And Uhuru has fired most of them and his allies in the parastatals. So probably William Ruto wanted to go and hide from the shame associated with not being around President Uhuru Kenyatta. Because let us remember one thing. On Sunday, the president was with Raila Odinga. He met Joho. Fred Matiang'i went there, several others. But he refused to meet the DP. So that's number 1. Number 2, which I'm not ruling out, is the possibility that maybe the Deputy President William Ruto went to Sudan on personal business trip. And the media reported that the DP was in Sudan to visit a certain poultry farm. And that in that farm, they have 1.2 million poultry, and they're producing, 180,000 eggs a day. And that the DP went there because he wants to replicate something like that, either in Gishu or in Narok. I don't want to rule out the possibility of business, because DP is known to be business oriented. And number 3, I think the DP went there to meet with Kalonzo Musyoka. What they discussed is still just known to the two of them. But we'll get the details, I'm sure, in the next 2 weeks. And Kalonzo Musyoka has denied, look at it, the DP denied ever going to Sudan. Kalonzo indicated he was in Sudan and he met, Kalonzo was in Sudan and he met with the DP. What did they discuss? And I want to believe that the DP went to Sudan, and after he met with Kalonzo Musyoka, he saw no need of continued staying there. So he left and came back straight to Kenya. And because he wanted it to appear as a very low key, that's why people are saying the DP sneaked out. And he sneaked out before the DP sneaked out before the president made those major announcements. I don't know what you think, but from where I am, I strongly believe that the DP went to Sudan, and he went to Sudan for political reasons. I don't know what you think. Why do you think the DP was in Sudan? And why do you think the DP is still hiding? Thank you, guys. And if you're bumping on this video for the first time, I just wanted to take a second and hit the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, you will be notified. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Thank you. And you can always reach me on my WhatsApp for anything. Like, I'm really thinking on discussing, I'm really keen on discussing why the deputy president is still hiding after the cabinet reshuffle. Thank you, guys, and may you have a good day.